Afternoon games. We're back with it. Oh, that's a fucking throwback right there, man.
Back little.
Mike Jones. Who?
Mike Jones.
Mike White. That's who.
Ooh.
Who? Mike
Anyway.
White. All right. Afternoon games. We're starting off here hot. Hot and bothered. 49ers, Raiders. We got a sat down Derek Carr. We got a pissed off Raiders team. We have a Devonta Adams saying that the only reason he really came here was because of that, man. And how do you feel about this? That he's sitting down? I feel like shit. He does not feel good. The lines jumped from 6 to 10. I was on the Raiders. I'm off the Raiders now completely. Give me the 10. Give me the 11. Give me the 12. Give me the Niners all Sunday long. Under 41.5. This is going to be a domination. The backup is absolutely fucked against that 49ers team that flies around like heat-seeking missiles. I cannot take the Niners more. I'm going to tease them down to 4-2. I love him. Brock Purdy, dude, I saw a play. He's flipping hips. He's looking. Dude, he can ball. This guy can ball. If anything, if he does some shit in the playoffs, Trey Lance, watch out. Brandon, what do you got?
Watch yourself. Watch yourself, Trey.
Watch yourself, Trey.
Poor Derek Carr.
Poor Derek Carr. You crying a couple weeks ago. Now you're sat down, man.
As a Chargers fan, personally, I would love them to keep Derek Carr.
Yeah, right. They help you every year.
I really think I think you should give him a second chance.
Yeah,
he can really bring it home for you guys.
Exactly.
I mean, obviously the play's got to be a 49ers. Like,
right.
Imagine like your first start in the NFL. Like, well, not your. I don't know if this was his first start in the NFL, but like not playing for the whole season. Your first start of the season, and you're a backup. And you're playing against like the fastest,
literally
most violent, best defense in the league. You're just like,
dude. Yeah, you're gonna be like, well, why did you do this to me? Why?
He's gonna look like I don't even know what he's gonna look like. He's just not gonna. That quarterback's not gonna look good.
It's gonna be a bad news bears.
Like for him, I would fake an injury before the game,
right?
So like that way, your first start ever like isn't like put on film of just you getting
just
the
mauled.
Whole
Literally, you know Nick Bosa mauling you like half the game.
Nick Bosa is gonna fucking just look at his chomps, bro. He's just gonna do his little thing.
Yes, that man is so good. He's so quick to the fucking ball. It's scary. Those quarterbacks really have no time to breathe,
insane, dude.
Like
insane.
I mean, I love my Eagles, but if I could swap with any defense, that defense, dude. I mean, I don't know if it's D'Amico Ryan. It's obviously a little bit of both, right? When you see a scheme that's built up, he's taking the time to really look at each player and find out where they're best suited. And man, oh man, they're thriving in every single one of their roles. Like from linebacker to the front D line to the back end, like that team at each level, Pro Bowlers. Like if I wouldn't have doubted if multiple of them went to the Pro Bowl because they're just so good. I think Greenlaw actually got stuffed. 57, their linebacker, who's unbelievable. I don't think he made it in the Pro Bowl, but man, violence. And they choose violence every day.
And they're not even 100% healthy either. They have I'm pretty sure they had 2 cornerbacks that they lost for the year.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, and that's what they're looking like. Like, goddamn.
Yeah, literally,
it's insane. I hope, as much as I want D'Amico Ryan to get a job, like I love it when like good coordinators stay on the teams, like and just continue to be good.
Right.
But, yeah, I mean, autoplay 49ers -10. I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give how square I am. Tell me how square I am. I don't
tell
care.
me I'm a fucking rhomboid, bro. I don't care.
I don't care. Give me the Niners all day. You see what the Raiders do every week? It's disgusting. Stop it. And then they bench their only leader. Come on.
Yeah, he cried. Only one who cares enough to cry.
No one gives a fuck about anything in there. And then
no one else crying for the game.
Your best offensive player is only there because of him. You're gonna.
What do you think the chances of Jacobs coming back next year?
What is the chance of Devonta Adams coming back next year? I'm telling you, they might blow shit up there. I'm telling you,
full blow up. The Packs, bro.
I don't know about that, but there's gonna be a full. You know what? He might. There might be a full blow up. Full blow up.
Maybe he saw that little clip. Jordan like, damn, Jordan Love kind of be slinging that shit, bro. After A-Rod leave, I still got a future there. No,
I know. I saw him at practice, but shit, he looked really good out there. All right, we're moving on. I said who? Mike White. And man, it's time. Jets, Seahawks. Jets are 1.5 point road favorites. Over under 42.5. You know what? They're putting a little bit too much respect on the Jets name at 1.5, but it was 2.5 and it got bet down. So at 1.5, that's a good number because the Jets, I mean, if I've ever seen a team be completely different when quarterbacks come in, the Jets are a perfect example. When Mike White comes in, that offense looks legitimately good. If not good, like they know what they're doing competently. When Wilson's in there, it's a shit show. It's a circus. The quarterback doesn't know what he's doing, and there's no confidence in the throws. So I have written down here, give me the Jets -1.5, even with the 12th man. I just like their defense. Now they have Mike White to fight for. Give me him. Give me him. What do you got?
Yeah, I'm on the Jets too. Like, I was thinking about this game, like, who do I like? And then I was like, I'm just gonna take the team that I think has a little bit, like, probably same amount of weapons on offense as the Seahawks, and then who has a better defense. And I think the Jets have a better defense. So I'm just gonna
Yep.
ride with the Jets. I think Mike White is gonna come in, like, he's still trying to prove that he's the guy, and that the
Yeah.
Jets don't need to go like look anywhere else, and that he should be his
Exactly.
quarterback for the future. And like, obviously, he's not
Exactly.
Zach Wilson, and he's gonna try to prove why he should be the guy. So I
Exactly,
think he's
Brandon.
gonna play with something, and like he's got something to lose. So I think he's gonna come out. They're still in playoff contention. So I mean, they still got something
Exactly.
to play for. I mean, so are the Seahawks, but I mean,
I know. But the Seahawks are dead now, dude.
yeah,
They're
they're
just a dead team. You watch them play, they just don't have the juice.
yeah. And Gino's like, he's obviously declined week after week, and I don't think
Significantly,
playing
yeah.
against this good Jets defense is gonna help him.
Mm-hmm.
So I like the Jets -1.5, as well as I like the under in this game.
You like the under?
Yeah,
Okay. All right. Yeah, dude. I don't got much else on there, but I love Mike White. I just think what
I
that
think
team
everyone
looks like,
does.
dude, they love him too. I just love it. Like he just like brings me energy. I want to bet them when Mike White's on the field. Give me the Jets. I'm gonna be riding with them again this weekend, folks. Next one up, Vikings Packers. Packers are on fuego fire. They're hot as a grease pan. The Vikings do what they do every week. They find a way. Vikings are 3-point road dogs. Over unders 48. It was at 3.5. It's come down to 3. Man, like we said, the Packers should have lost last week. Packers should have lost, but the Vikings, man, they also should have lost, right? So I just think this one, there's the momentum's on the Packers side, but they just have too much going on that I don't like right now. So I'm going to take the Vikings +3. I don't know if they win the Vikings, but I do think they cover that 3, and that I might just push that. So if I can get the hook, even better, because I think it's a 3-point game either way. What do you got?
Yeah, I'm literally like step for step. Same with you. I think obviously the Packers they need to win every game essentially to make the playoffs,
Mm-hmm.
and the Vikings have been super lucky lately. But that's why I love the 3. I don't necessarily
Right.
think the Vikings are going to win this game, but I think they're going to be lucky enough to find a way to cover this game. Because that's just the Viking motto, the Viking way.
Dude,
They'll
they just
find a
keep it
way to be
close.
lucky.
Yep.
Yeah.
And how much more? I want to know how much more yards Jefferson needs to eclipse like second or first, like all time in a year for receiving yards. Because I know he was like down like a significant amount, but for him, you never know. It was like 224 yards from Calvin, I think.
Yeah, I
And
know it's doable, but it's just
so,
going to be a lot.
yeah, it's just gonna be a lot. I just think they're just gonna be feeding him.
As well as they have an extra game, so it's kind of like
Yeah,
how it is.
100%, 100%, 100%. Yeah, the old heads be like that shit back in
Yeah,
my day. They
I
did
mean,
it with
honestly,
like
that's
10
how I am.
games.
That's kind of how I am. Like, you can't. It's almost
It's
like you got to
true.
start all over with all the records because like they all have an extra game. So it's like,
I mean, looking at some of the Jerry Rice stuff even more now, I'm like, that's even insaner. Just because,
right,
yeah, yeah, it wasn't even an offensive game back then either. You know what I'm
it
saying?
wasn't like a pass happy game at all. No,
Yeah. Anything more on that one?
no, I think we touched on all of it.
Okay, next one. Your team, Rams Chargers. It's a home game for both teams in this case because, man, oh man, it's SoFi. So who gets the home side here? I don't know. Who knows? Chargers 6.5. You took the beanie off, which means I feel like you're going to fade them, but I'm all over that 6.5 under a touchdown. I like Herbs. I even like under 41. I think it's 27-13 Rams right there that gets you at 40. I mean, sorry, 27-13 Chargers right there gets you at 40. And Chargers keep it rolling. Joey Bosa gonna get. I think he's practicing this week. I'm pretty sure he's practicing this week, and he'll probably get maybe a little bit of action, maybe a couple plays here and there. I really like the Chargers after a huge win by the Rams last week. So that's what I got.
Oh man,
What's gonna happen? I trust you on these Chargers shit
I
usually,
got to
Brandon.
do it. I got to lay the 6.5 with the Rams.
Wow,
I mean, they
really?
show me they're showing me with if within Sean McVay's offense that they can fucking put up points and like their
Okay.
defense is fucking their defense is like without Aaron Donald, they're fucking like they're wired, bro.
Mm-hmm.
They're like playing with pride as Super Bowl champs. Like, hey, we're Super Bowl champs. Like, play with some pride.
Right.
Play the defense that you know we're able to play.
Sure.
I mean, obviously, that was against like the trash Broncos, but still, like I think that carries over. They're gonna have pride. Like, oh, this is LA versus LA. We'll show them that we're the big dogs. Like, they're our little
Mm.
brothers. Like, which
Mm.
like Chargers have always been like
Oh
Chargers
yeah.
and like how the Clippers are always like kind of the little brothers in
Right.
LA.
Right.
But I mean, I think the Chargers will win this game, but I think I think it's going to be a close game. The
Okay.
Chargers
So
always find a way to play in like even though they didn't last week, they a lot of times they find a way to play like up
yeah.
to the level of their competition.
True.
So
True.
they keep games close. As well as like I want our offense to be like more like I don't know, man. The Chargers offense is like it's all
That's
right.
yeah.
I want to see us like that game. We should have put up at least like 30 points.
And that's what I'm thinking here, Brandon. I'm so lean heavy on the Chargers just because I feel like they usually do play down to their competition, and they didn't last week, and they should have scored those points. So I feel like this week, I think they break loose. I think Keenan Allen has like a huge, even bigger game. Like Mike Will and Keenan Allen both score. It's gonna be a fun one. I really, as a Chargers, like just person who kind of like wants to bet on their futures. I think
Yeah.
they're getting hot at like the absolute right time, and
It's it's
I
it's
love it.
funny. They flex this game for Sunday Night Football,
Uh
but I
huh.
have a feeling this game is going to be better than the Sunday Night Football game that they put there.
Fireworks.
It's going to be. I could see it being. What's over? Is it 40?
41.
Yeah, I could see it going. I could see it being like 24 to fucking like 28.
Ooh, you're calling big money time, huh?
Yeah,
All right. So you do like it to keep it close, though. You keep going.
yeah.
You keep coming back to that. Okay, Brendan. I trust you with the Chargers, so I might have to change some shit around.
Now that we're off, I can put the beanie back.
Now that we're done, I'll go back. Fair enough. Okay, those are the afternoon games. Let's now cut right into the primetime games, Brandon. So we'll start Thursday night. It's kind of a boring one, I would say, just because it's Cowboys Titans. Titans don't have much to play for. Over under is 39.5. And it's now at 12. It opened up at 9.5. It went up to 10. Now it's at 12. Because Derrick Henry is now doubtful. And if they don't have him, who do they have? I mean, they're so hurt on every level of their team. And the Cowboys should absolutely have a heyday passing, running, whatever they want. But again, like they have nothing to play for. So they're gonna get guys healthy. They'll take one on the chin this week. It's a Thursday night game. They're literally gonna let Malik Willis just do whatever the fuck he wants. Like, hey,
Yeah,
you're gonna throw a couple picks tonight, so be it. You know. So we'll see what Malik Willis has after this game. This is gonna be an interesting one to see if he has any sort of like. I know it's his first year, but like you gotta show something. Last week was fucking terrible. Like, so I'm really pissed about him. First of all,
yeah,
he lost me a lot of money last week. So, what you got, Brandon?
yeah. If you want to just make an extra couple bucks, like on all your parlays that you're positive about, just throw Cowboys money line on the end of them because
Yeah,
the Cowboys
honestly,
are winning. I don't know if you saw
100%.
how many people they ruled out for the Titans. They already ruled out obviously Tannehill, Jeffrey Simmons, their tackle, a safety, linebacker, 3 linebackers, 1 DB. I think like you said, Henry is
Yikes.
doubtful. I think that they're going to sit most of them and just try to be healthy for that game that matters the next week.
Totally. I mean, us sitting here, that makes sense to us. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
like take one on the chin. The Cowboys needed to keep pace too, just in case the Eagles drop 2 in a row. They could slither in there and take that 1 seed. So Cowboys don't want to lose any games, and the Titans actually don't care if they lose this game. So
yeah. They kick your list.
okay, Sunday night football, Steelers Ravens. Pittsburgh right now is a 2.5-point road dog. Over under 35.5. Lamar's still an unknown. Haven't heard much about like his recovery, anything much about him at all. Honestly, it's been kind of weird with his injury. Like you usually, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not following the Ravens as much as the average fan, but I just don't. I'm not hearing much about his progress, about what's going on, how close he is, and all those things. Um, both teams always play tight games. I mean, how many games have it been 3? I know there's a stat going around about the insane amount of games that have been finished 3 or less. Like 2 weeks ago, Ravens won by 2 points. And that game was crazy because Pickett got hurt, and what's Rebecca's name? Trubisky came in and threw 3 picks. Yeah, so this is one where I think right now I love Pittsburgh plus 2.5, especially if Huntley plays, but I'm off this game completely until I know Lamar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the one game that I have written down. I said no pick.
No pick.
I can't. It's gonna be a classic old school
Yep.
1980s football game. It's gonna be a lot of defense, a lot of running the ball.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know. I just can't get a read on the Ravens team as well as Steelers team, which could be. I don't know. I just don't know. I just don't have a good read on this game at all.
This is two teams I haven't really paid attention to all that much. And whenever they get together, it's a close one. So that's for anyone who knows this series. Anytime one of the teams gets over 3, you usually bet that side because that's when you get the value. But
exactly
2.5, on both sides, you're not getting much value. Laying 2.5 with the Ravens and catching 2.5 with the Steelers. So it's you don't feel good about either.
It seems like a completely field goal game. It's going to be 15 to fucking 9.
Honestly,
or some
15 to 9, right? Some weird one of those games where it's scoreagami, where it's this game hasn't finished this score ever, and it's gonna be
exactly
2-1. Okay, our last primetime game, Brandon. Yes, our last primetime game. It's a fun one. Monday Night Football. The Buffalo Bills go on down to Cincinnati. Right now, the Buffalo Bills are 1.5-point favorites. Over under 49.5. Bengals' last 2 games have looked dicey. The Bucks came out, smacked those boys around in the first half, and then turned the ball over every chance they got in the second half. And that's the reason the Bengals won. And then last week, a pick 6 turns that whole game around. And without a Stevenson fumble, the Patriots probably win that game. I mean, probably win that game, honestly. So this is one where I think the Bills' offense matches up perfectly with what the Bengals want to do and try and stop. I love the Bills this week. I don't want to love them too much because I'm hearing a lot of people saying that the Bengals should be 1-point favorites here, and that's what makes me even love them more. Because of course the Buffalo Bills are 1.5-point favorites. They want you to take the Bengals. They think everyone's going to be oh, I'm going to tease them up to 7 and all this. They're going to get smacked the fuck around. The Buffalo Bills are going to blow them out. The only blowout game the Bengals have had this year was against that weird game against Cleveland. When the Bengals got smacked for some reason. That was the first game without Jamar Chase. So, give me the Bills. Give me the Bills big too.
I don't like this, bro. We're too much on the same page this week.
Uh-oh.
I'm on the Bills. I'm on the Bills too.
Okay.
They're playing for that number 1 seed.
Exactly.
They're playing for that number 1 seed. I could see this as a perfect example as one of the things people are going to be on the wrong side for both of this watch. People are going to be on the wrong side. Public love the Bengals right now. So I can see people be on the wrong side for this game. The Bengals, they're going to bet the Bengals are going to lose. And then they're going to play again in the playoffs somehow. And everyone's going to be on the Bills, and the Bills are going to lose.
Exactly
what's going to happen.
Exactly. They're going to meet again. Everyone's going to be look what they did in the last 2 weeks of the season. Come on, you got Bill, and look. Nope. Yeah. It's going to be Joey Burrow again in the playoff. It's playoff Joey Burrow. Honestly, it's a different beast.
Yeah. As well as I'm biased, I want the Bills to win because I want the Bills on the other side of the bracket. I'd rather have the Chiefs on our side of the bracket for the Chargers than.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
okay, you got a little bit of bias action in there.
Yeah, I don't want to see the Bills until the AFC Championship. That's what
at all. Honestly.
I don't want to have to see them if I don't like.
I think that breakdown though, what you said is perfect. Everyone's gonna be on the Bengals this week, and Buffalo wins, right? Whatever regular season game, and then in the playoffs, everyone's gonna be on the Buffalo Bills, and this is when the Bengals take it.
Yeah, 100%.
That's perfectly done. Okay, we're done with the afternoon and the prime time. Am I wrong? We get all of them. We did.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yep. 4 afternoon, 3 prime times. We did it there. Next one up is our best bets. We out. Next one up. Best bets. Till next time.